Pisces.
Hello everyone, I have an announcement to make before we get on with this month's forecast, and we have some exciting news. We've developed what we call the audioscopes, and this is coming in addition to what you get here on YouTube. There are YouTube videos outlined what you can expect and when, outlines the dates and so forth. The audioscopes though, they go a little bit deeper into the material and what you can expect emotionally, spiritually, and how to roll with the energies and the influences coming in the current months. So you can check it out for your convenience. I'm putting down the link right here and also down in the description area so that you can find it there on the home page. Now these audioscopes run approximately 15 minutes. Hello Pisces, this is your forecast for August of 2013, and this month is going to represent a little bit of everything. Okay, we got really good things happening, and then we also have little things, a few situations, more than one, that might be ruffling a few feathers as you try to find the rhythm and the balance of these confrontations or these challenges. But first and foremost, of course, we have this golden triangle that's working still, and this is what's going to lift you up and above. So I see so many of you Pisceans now trying to really lift and launch this dream, this vision that you have, and this is the good thing that you have working for you, and this is going to be working behind everything else that we're going to be talking about, so kind of rest assured on it. We talked about that last month, and those of you who didn't hear of it, you can go back and listen to July just to get more of a sense, or you can also listen to the audioscopes, which is really digging deeper into the emotional and spiritual part of it, especially when it comes to these challenges that are coming up, because here we're outlining the dates, what you can expect, where you can expect these energies to come from, but it's also what do you do about them when they hit, right? So there's more of that also in these audioscopes. Top of the month, let's start with that. Very romantic for those of you in a relationship. For those of you who are single, it's a great time to meet somebody new, and if you do, it's like the blueprint between the two of you is going to set off your mutual birth chart from that very first meeting. It will set you off on a very good, beautiful level of both friendship and also attraction. Venus and Mars are sextile doing the dance. And I'd like to say that this relationship, or what's taking place here on the first and the second, is that both Venus and Mars, not only are they doing the dance, but each of them are touching Chiron, the wounded healer, meaning that each of you can heal something in the other, maybe even without even knowing it, just simply by being you. Or you could just have some conversations that are going to be touching on things that might, actually put some new skin, on the open wound. Now, the fourth, we have an unexpected situation, some news. It's a surprise coming in for you. It would be probably between, the sixth and the second house. So it has to do with your financial situation, something unexpected coming in, and it's coming from the sixth house. So maybe through some feedback, some coworkers, or some creative project you started last month may start paying off here in this month. And it's in the sign of Leo, the sun is. And so it's something that in many ways feels like it could be something that's joyful to you, self-expressive also, which Leo is, and how because of this, whatever is formulating around you might very much so start changing your day-to-day patterns, your routines, the way you work, how you work, and in that case, if it is so, it will be triggering a new pattern for you, and the new moon is right there. And that's coming in on the 6th. So whatever that news is on the 4th is giving you a scope, in a direction, I'd like to say. And whatever that is, lock it in with this new moon. which your affirmation should be, this is how I want to start working with my daily routines, whether this has to do with you starting to work out, looking at your diets perhaps, or just the hours that you're working, whether that's expanding the hours if you need it or minimizing hours if you need it. Whatever it is for you, because we don't see your personal chart here. This is Horoscope, and the transit's kind of laid on top of you there. So depending on where your personal planets is, has everything to do with the way things are really going to fall into place for you. But that's what individual readings are about. However, though, I love seeing this because your Neptune is in that first house of how you are transforming and coming out, bringing your true essence. It's your ruler. Neptune is really coming out in who you are today, these days, and it will be here for a number of years. But many of you Pisceans are starting to see how you are mastering this energy, bringing it forward, merging it up and out, and blending it here with Saturn and then also with Jupiter, giving it form, body, shape, hope, trust, and expansion and abundance, because that is Jupiter tying into this golden triangle. And this Jupiter couldn't be in a better place for this dream or vision of yours, because it is in the 5th house of self-expression. The 5th house is ruled by Leo, which is the sun. So it's more like I feel and I see all of this heart energy coming out, this joy sparkling in the way that you can bring forward this dream or vision of yours. Okay, so fantastic. Really, really happy for you Pisceans. But then let's kind of move on, because there is also challenges. Back to that beautiful Jupiter, which now is in a fellow water sign of Cancer, which really harmonizes with you. Just like that Saturn up in Scorpio harmonizes with you. So the trine is there, the golden trine. But this Jupiter is going to face up towards Pluto, and Pluto is a point of transformation. Now, you can read this both ways, because when we have oppositions, it's more like there's been this percolating energy that's been building for a while, that's coming to the surface. That's Pluto, just like volcanoes, okay? It may seem still on the top, but there's all this percolating energy building up, but it needs a trigger to actually come out. Think about Jupiter. Is a big trigger. It's the biggest body we have out there apart from the sun, and it's opposing it, so it might just, burst things through not unexpectedly, because it's been doing it over time. But once it comes out, it's one of these, oh my gods, like bigger than you had anticipated. Now, try to ask yourself, what area of your life do you feel is undergoing a sense of transformation? That's Pluto, okay? You may already know, sense, or feel it. But then here comes this key, that this Jupiter that is going to open it, and it's between the 5th house of creativity, self-expression, having fun, and the 11th house of social networks, groups, vast amounts of people. And then here, maybe you're launching something. So for you, for other signs, this could be a little difficult perhaps, but maybe you've been working towards something that's just going to come to kind of like a huge chrysalis, a release of this energy. So it doesn't have to be bad, but it could be something that you have to really now focus and hone in on, trying to, what should I say, harness this energy. And if you harness it and channel it well, it can do you extremely well. And the good thing is it's not sitting here in a locked situation. So it's passing. Jupiter's moving pretty quickly here in the beginning of Cancer. So it's going to unlock something. And then I see Mercury moving into to Leo on the 8th, next day. That's going to give you some fire. Your mind is going to be very mentally alert and active, fired up because of whatever's taking place here on the 7th. You might even feel it the 4th, 5th, or 6th, something. And so your mind is going to have to shift, and it's moving into the area of the 6th house where that sun and new moon is, all about, like we were talking about, you might have to alter something of your daily routines, the way you work, the hours you work, but Mercury is going to be on track with this and really start strategizing, maybe, file systems and everything, how you can really streamline is the word I'm looking for. So challenge, but not necessarily a negative one, could be very good for you, in fact. But here on the 11th, well, you're up against some kind of a structure, up against Saturn, where Mercury is looking at the form. It's looking at the Saturn in the 9th house, which is foreign regions. It's like groups out there. It has to do with how you think, how you believe, what you have faith in, what you trust. It's your spirituality. It's you deepening and harnessing this energy of bringing out these new formats, teaching perhaps, or also learning something. But Mercury is moving really quick, so it's not going to linger here. But you might be up against a situation where you feel challenged that you got to change something or do something, fix something. Okay, Mercury is thinking here, but it's going to pass, and I see already within 3 days you have the solution to it when Mercury kind of taps into Uranus here, giving you an excellent, brilliant idea of how to streamline whatever that is. And even this, even though it's a challenge, I don't feel it's a negative for you, Pisces, because I think all of this ties into your golden trine and what it is you're working on, and just having to make some adjustments. And they're coming pretty quick, okay? Because even on this challenge day of the 11th, Mercury's still kind of right there in an orb to Uranus, so I see quick thinking. Let's just look at Venus for a moment. Venus is in your 7th house for partnerships and one-on-one relating to is somebody close. It could be a business partner, it could be your significant other, it could be your spouse. But Venus here is really trying to kind of smoothly and harmoniously work with this person. It's always the one-on-one when we look at the 7th house and the other, so to speak, as the 1st house is always about ourselves, the I am. So Venus is kind of really focusing on others right now, moving into Libra, where it rules on August 16th, which is really a nice place to have it because it's the 8th house of Scorpio, which harmonizes with you. And so I just see that this energy is going to go even deeper. And I see kind of looking into where you can expand your finances as well, because Venus rules money. The 8th house is royalties, commissions. So you might see this coming in to become a big part here of your life from August 16th and as it transits through this house. Now, we do have on the 23rd, Mercury moving out of this area of the 5th house. So it's given you extra time, Pisces, to ponder, think, and cook up new ideas. 5th house is all about self-expression. And it's been retrograding there, so it's nearly been hanging around in this corner for nearly up to 8 weeks due to the retrograde and moving slowly. And it will move into the 6th house of day-to-day routines. But this time that Mercury has been retrograde has actually been a blessing for you. This is also why I created this video of the upside of retrogrades, because it's not all bad. Yes, you can see certain things being delayed or shuffled around and so forth. But for it to be in the 5th house is not a bad place for you, because you are very creative. And this 5th house is all about not just creativity and self-expression, but playfulness, and new concepts. You might have started a new business or formulating. And Mercury has really been holding you to the grind to think how you can expand, how you can grow, how you can do this in a playful manner. And so now that this is completed here, this is by the 23rd, 23rd, no, then it's going into Virgo. It's speeding up. Goodness, it's moving through 2 signs here this month, whereas it's been in 1 sign for a long time. No, within 2 weeks, it's passing through 2 signs. So yes, so for you, let me see, it will be on August the 8th. It's moving out of this area, so then you've completed some of this think-tank that you've had, and moving into now structuring, organizing the new ways of living and doing your daily routines, because I think whatever it is you have been working on, it's going to create kind of a profound shift for you, especially because Jupiter is in this 5th house, expanding whatever this concept or project that you have started. Mars is there giving you all that energy and focused, what should I say, pinpointed goals, you know, so it's driving you still, at least until the end of this month. So you're still expanding this creative field, but Mercury right now is needing to kind of catch up on how to do this, you know, how you start your day, middle of the day, end of the day, and so forth. So you will be doing that between the 8th and the 23rd. So you got 2 weeks. It's going to pass through an entire sign. So you don't have a long time, but you have some time to really streamline how you can work more efficiently. And I do see it being efficient because of that new moon and the sun, Leo being here. And I think the new routines that you're going to do, you're going to love. Then we have looking into your finances, how to deal with them on the 24th. Venus and Pluto, they're kind of like a little bit here, butting heads, not necessarily in a negative way. It could be unexpected expenses or something. But I think also what it is that this Pluto is out here in your 11th house of hopes, dreams, wishes within your friends, social circles, social networks, new organizations. So Pluto is kind of really transforming you here in this area. And Venus is not going to linger too long, but she's passing by this degree here where you will feel that, oh my goodness, I got to do something here. I really need to kind of get a grip. Maybe it's something big, which Pluto does, but it's in your 8th house, this Venus. So just something that needs to be tweaked there. That's the 24th. And I see how your mind is so combust that day because Mercury and the Sun are there like this. So your brain is going to be overheated here. But I feel it's good. It's kind of like a wow factor, but I see you kind of pushing through on it. And it all depends on where you have your personal planets and how these energies are going to touch you in your own chart, of course. But yeah. The next little challenge we have this month is when Mercury opposes Neptune. Now Neptune is your ruler, so you can roll with Neptune better than people most. But Mercury's communication, and they're kind of coming at opposites. So there might be an important communication between you and somebody else where it may not be as clear spoken or understood, and that might create either a hasty action because Venus and Uranus, they're also at opposites that day. So Venus might just split, you know, or kick into action or split away from something, and then it's like, oh, here's this misunderstanding. So for you, you will have to kind of redo or re-talk. And I see you having a very good talk. For Mercury then is at good terms with Saturn, which is your own inner authority. If you're not in agreement with what has happened here, you will stand up for it. Stand your grounds. Remember, Saturn's on your side these days. So the 26th, you're good. 27th, it's going to be tested or brought back up and looked at how now this Venus-Pluto square can work. And now Venus is square Jupiter on the 27th. So there is definitely something coming up here that needs to be talked through or get some advice on. Then we have end of the month here where Mars is moving out of where it's at and into Leo. For you, this will be out of this 5th house where you have been so busy straight through. I mean, July you've been busy, and then August within whatever fun you're doing. I see it as a creative project, but whatever fun you've been doing, it's like this is now going to move into following up on this new daily routine that you are setting up due to whatever it is you're structuring, and you're going to love it. What can I say? And Mars being in Leo loves it because it's a fellow fire sign. So you're going to do well here. End of the month, you're happy. Your Sun is sextile Saturn. You feel that you've completed this month pretty good. You've taken charge of those things that are important to you. And what is important, I have to get back to that golden trine, this dream, this goal that you have is set in motion, that you're evidently having a lot of fun with, because you're lucky. It's the first house, the fifth house, and the ninth house. Great planet, or great houses to have these planets act upon, because it's expanding your consciousness. You're learning a whole lot more. People may be learning from you. Neptune's going out with those things that are spiritually important to you, and Jupiter is expanding. You're having a lot of fun while you're doing it. That's the fifth house, and like I said, you're going to have it here for a full year to come. So good for you, Pisces. You know, and then the audioscopes tells us more about how we can tweak it, how we can expect to feel it emotionally, how it hits us, how we can take this information spiritually, you know, and expand it. So those are definitely worth listening to. And then we have the full moon here on the 20th. I just want to end it up with that. This is going to be in your 12th house. And that is your ruling house. You know, it's comfortable here with you. So I'm feeling here on the 20th, you're going to take a nice, good, big stretch and think that, well, you deserve to take it easy here on this day, just because all of August has been like boom, boom, boom. And so good for you. Good day to go get a mani-pedicure, or go get a massage, for example. Do something for yourself there, Pisces. So I wish you a very good month. And as always, go listen to your moon signs and your rising signs. You know now how important they are as a part of your cosmic makeup. Equally as important as your sun sign, because your moon is how you feel, how you react, what you can expect on that level. Rising sign is all those energies coming in, and what you can expect that will now be pushing out towards the external world, how you're going to be coming out with whatever's taking place in your chart. So do listen up on that, and also that of your partner, so you know what's going on with him or her. And I'll see you next month. Bye now.